It's on this island we find the workyard for a Cocos resident with a remarkable history. This is the breeding grounds for clams that will be sold all over the world. And the man cultivating them is none other than John Clunies Ross, the son of the man who was once landlord to the Cocos Malay people. John, these are beautiful.
My oath, they are. Best in the world.
Your babies?
Clam gods we are. We produce these buggers. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we...
So many ranges of blue amongst them,
yep.
And so many different shapes too. Tell us what you've got.
Well, these are the ones we put aside for breeding, and this is probably the last 18 months worth we pull out of the trays. The ones that catch your eye, sometimes they go a bit dull, like that one there. He might have been a bit golden when we first pulled him out as juvenile, but then as they get older, the colour morphs a little bit.
So we've got blues, we've got aquas.
Yep.
You're telling me you've got lightning shapes?
Lightning bolts. So you got little parenthesis marks. You've got micro dots. But many of these colours now are just, they're not natural. Or if they are naturally occurring, I haven't seen them yet. You know.
So you're selling these to aquariums all over the world?
Yep. Yeah.
What sort of countries?
The main supply goes to Frankfurt for Europe,
okay.
London for UK.
Well, that's something, isn't it? The little clams that you're growing here can end up in a home tank anywhere in the world.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
These are whoppers.
They close up in about three pulses. So the first one is quite fast.
You're going to get your hand trapped there.
No, should be good. Oh, and see the second one? You've still got room to get your finger out. Oh, but the third one, it's absolutely closed. And they put a lot of pressure on you too, and it'll hurt like hell.
What if you're down swimming, you stick your hand in one of these things, will you be trapped down there?
When the first movement is so quick, it'll pretty much push you out because the volume of water going out. You'd actually have to be pretty willful to stick your hand in one.
You've had quite a colourful history. Your family certainly has had here on the Cocos Keeling Islands.
Oh, surely, yeah.
So you were born here?
I was born in Singapore when we were a Singapore territory, and now we're an Australian territory. So, yeah, we changed administration, or countries of administration, never mind just administration, yeah.
But you have been part of the history of this island. Your father was the landlord of the island, and of course he then had to leave, but you've come back. You love it that much?
Yeah. You put up with a fair bit to live here, I guess, but the payoff is a magnificent place to live. The community has a lot of depth, you know, and they tend to we look after each other. There's a certain comfort in knowing everyone, you know.
We leave John Clunies Ross and his clams for one final encounter in the waters of the Cocos Atoll. This time we're going diving. Our hosts, Dieter Gerhard and his wife, Karen Wilshaw. Now, one of the sea creatures they regularly sight out here is a giant friendly dugong. Karen has photographed that many times for her specialty book on the Cocos Islands, and she's confident it will come to us today. Karen, some island you live on?
It certainly is. I'm very lucky, and I feel privileged every day that I wake up and look at the beauty that's around me. It's fantastic.
You've looked at that beauty so much, you've started looking at it through the eyes of this camera. You've taken some brilliant photographs that I've seen in your latest book.
Thank you very much, Greg. Yeah, it's all a learning curve. I started about 4 years ago, and it's just gone on from there, and the book's just been the end result of my achievement.
Karen takes me for a series of dives around the Cocos Lagoon. There are cannons that have been jettisoned here. They were ballast in the coconut-carrying ships that once sailed from the Cocos Islands. There's also the remains of a refugee ship that was scuttled by authorities after its illegal immigrants were detained trying to land on Australian territory. The sand is ever so white, cleaned by the giant sea cucumbers that filter the water. There are crown-of-thorns starfish, garden eels, and a glorious collection of fish and corals that have made this Indian Ocean haven their home. Now, they call this the cabbage patch, and it certainly looks, this coral looks like cabbage.
It certainly is. It's lovely and green and lush. Different days, though, depending on the sun, it can go yellow, but I think today we saw it in its magnificent green colour.
And now, this part of the dive, we're at that part of the reef where the lagoon water is emptying into the Indian Ocean, and the fish life here is very rich.
We certainly are here, and look at the fusiliers that are just swimming around us. There's just massive schools of them. And also the giant trevally, turtles, mantas swimming above. I mean, what more could you ask for? It's because of the lagoon runoff that this happens. You've got the nutrients, as you said, coming out into the nice blue water. And you look up above, you've got the milkfish coming in as well, but it's just the mantas that make it really magical.
So swimming amongst these batfish now, they're very inquisitive.
They certainly are. Did you notice how close they come up to cameras? They just love checking. I think they check themselves out. They like seeing their own reflection. And there's massive schools there. We were lucky to see maybe 20 or 30 today. Sometimes there's even more, but the ones that came through were really great. They came in close, checked us out, and off they went.
A lot of sharks we're seeing out here.
Yeah, you've got 3 main varieties that we saw. We've got black tip, we've got grey reef shark, and we're white tip. They're fairly placid. We don't generally have problems with them, and as you can see, they do keep their distance from us. They don't intrude onto our territory, we don't intrude onto theirs.
Now the swim of a lifetime you've got us on. This is chasing your favourite dugong.
Cat. Yeah, Cat turned up on Cocos about 6 years ago, and when we first heard that he was here, we didn't actually believe it until we saw him. But yeah, it's just magic swimming with him. He comes in, he'll play with us occasionally, but when he does, just being so close to such a magnificent mammal is just out of this world.
So you've taken some magnificent stills of Cat, the dugong.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to capture him with a batfish. That, I think, would be one of my most favourite shots. And another one where he actually came down and posed right in front of me, and I thought that was very special. I think it just shows some of the trust that he has with us, that he knows us.
And then slowly starting to head off, slowly starting to swim away.
That's right. I think he said, right, that's it. I've had my scratch, I'm going off now.
Well, what an experience this has been.
I reckon it's been a fantastic experience, and I'm glad that you've been able to share it.